I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com, and Windows Phone 8 is making quite a splash on all the carriers in the US with the exception of Sprint. But if you're a Verizon, an AT&T, or a T-Mobile customer, you've got a bunch of different options to choose from. One of those is the Nokia Lumia 822. Now, features-wise, it's got a 1.5 gigahertz dual-core processor, an 8-megapixel camera, and 4G LTE. So yeah, the design may not be the best in comparison to the Lumia 920 or the HTC 8X, but it's got some nice specs under the hood, and it's available at Verizon for a nice price. Let's take a look at a full review, but first, special thanks to our partners at Best Buy Mobile for giving us devices like this for use in our One Paw Bandit giveaway game. When you walk into Best Buy Mobile, you'll walk out working. They'll help you set up your email, your web, contact settings, all that stuff, so when you walk out the door, you don't have to waste your time thanks to Best Buy Mobile. Let's take a look. Lumia 822, is it worth the buy this holiday season? Let's go take a look. It's no Lumia 920, but for Verizon users, the Lumia 822 has a lot to offer. It's got the same specs in a lot of ways, a 1.5 gigahertz dual-core Snapdragon S4 CPU, and you lose some of the high-end stuff like HD displays, but you lose some of the price tag as well on Verizon Wireless and online at VerizonWireless.com. It's packing a 4.3-inch OLED 480 by 800 pixel display, so yeah, you lose the HD. Got an 8-megapixel camera on the back, 16 gigabytes of internal storage, got a 1,800 milliamp hour battery over here, and then you've got, of course, Windows Phone 8 and 4G LTE capabilities on Verizon Wireless. So you've got some nice specifications all around, despite the fact that, you know, with the design a little bit less attractive, if you will, than the Lumia 920 or perhaps the HTC 8X, which is also on Verizon, but still a really impressive device that packs a lot of features. So it looks nice. It's got Windows Phone 8, as you can see here. All in all, a decent looking device. You can see DataSense is installed as well. Bring that up and take a look. DataSense overview, you've got 5 gigabytes remaining. This is a feature that's exclusive to Verizon Wireless, and it's called DataSense. And what I love about this is it's great for those people that you're buying smartphones for the first time, mom, grandma, dad, etc., and they don't know about data allotments. They're not sure what 5 gigabytes is. They don't know the real-time use. They don't know whether mail takes up more or whether your Pandora streaming takes up more. For them, DataSense is a great feature. And it's even great for somebody that likes to record their data. So I can go into settings, for example, I can set my limits. Let's say my bill cycle set date is 6th of the month, it's monthly, and I get 3 gigabytes of data per month. So I can set that, and I can go back, and I've got my data overview right there. I can restrict the background data when I'm near my limit. I can, you'll see the, of course, the pen tile as well, the heart button. So these are really cool features. I like them a lot. DataSense, I can bring it over to the home screen, and there it is. And I should be able to access it remotely. There we go. Into the application. Really cool feature that comes with the Lumia 822 on Verizon. Also, you get some Nokia stuff, City Lens, Drive, Maps, and Music. So City Lens we talked about before on Nokia devices. I find this really cool. I can hit Start, for example, and explore Dallas. And let's say I'm getting ready to go get lunch, getting ready to go to the hotel. I can find what's near me. So if I want to see what hotels are near me for when friends come to visit or family comes to visit, I can select, and you can see a bunch of different Wyndham, Dallas, Terracotta Inn. And of course I can put it up into portrait mode and see all the hotels that are nearby along with their directional or the compass of where they're located, and then of course star ratings if they apply. So Intercontinental, for example, Marriott, Dallas, all those different options there. When I click on it, it'll bring up the map and tell me where it is. So these are value-added applications because Nokia's got a lot of skin in the game when it comes to Windows Phone. It's got to be successful or else Nokia is going to fail, basically. That's really the nuts and bolts when you get down to it. And as a result, they're really trying to double down and do all they can to make it successful with some great value-added applications like Nokia City Lens, Nokia Drive, Maps, and Music. Otherwise, you see the typical Microsoft stuff, pre-installed Microsoft stuff. Pre-installed here, Office, OneNote, Xbox Live, music and videos, which you can use. But I'm a big fan of Nokia's Music, which we'll cover in just a second. Visual voicemail, $2.99 per month for that. Microsoft Wallet, Univision, which is actually a nice application for those that speak Spanish. And perhaps Hispanic customers, and then Nokia Music is one of my favorites. So we're going to go right into this and take a look on the Lumia 822. Welcome to Nokia Music. We're going to allow it to use my location. Love this because you can come in here and select music, but you can also go to mix radio. So much like a Pandora or a Spotify solution, Nokia is offering something out of the gate on this device. So I can create a playlist, a mix. Let's say I'm mixing up, let me think of some popular people right now. Maroon 5, they're probably not popular. People are probably watching this and like, what is this old man talking about? Maroon 5 is not popular anymore. Let's say Backstreet Boys. And we can add that one. And let's say Rick Astley. And we're going to have the weirdest playlist ever, but it's going to be a pretty cool playlist nonetheless. This is like party mix / you're punking your friend, so you put this on his phone kind of mix. Larger than life, that's a classic, friends. And you can listen to it and go back home and then select the volume rocker buttons to access that quickly and easily. Ooh there, Backstreet Boys. Let's not get crazy. And I can turn it off, and of course I can access it in the lock screen as well when it's available. So got that. Love the personalization choices here on Windows Phone 8. You see some new things as opposed to Windows Phone 7. A couple of things, first of which you're probably already noticing. The hub, the tiles can be changed. So I can come into People, for example, and change the size. I can move these around if I so desire. I can make them larger or smaller. There are actually 3 pre-configured sizes. Make Internet Explorer that size, for example. I can make messaging larger. And fortunately, one of my biggest complaints about Windows Phone 7 and 7.5 has been addressed this time around. I saw the calendar widget, for example, and I saw previews of my appointments. And I was like, why can't they do this with phone? Why can't they do this with messaging? Well, they do now when you have it set to the maximum size of the live tile. For example, if I send a text message right now, bam, it would pop up and show me a preview, the number that it's from, and a preview of the message, which is really, really nice. Also want to show you the keyboard on this device. Typical Windows Phone 8 keyboard. Portrait to landscape transitions, nice and fast all around on the Lumia 822, and I could say the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. Lazy dog. Quick and easy to type on, and of course it finds my errors, and when I type something I can easily go back and select different words as I see fit, and then of course it brings this one up and it's like, what the heck is this word? I can either add it, I can copy, move stuff around much like on the iPhone 5, move my little circles around, and access and highlight tile, or highlight text rather. So they've got a lot of different robust options, including the ability to attach and to use your voice to talk. So really nice features there all around. Another great personalization choice I'm liking a lot on Windows Phone 8. We'll go into settings and I'll show you the lock screen. This is a big one for me. A couple of different backgrounds right now, Photo and Bing, but there are a lot of different applications in the Microsoft Store that work with this background feature. Facebook, for example, Groupon, I can set Facebook as my background, so when I turn it off and back on, it shows Facebook pictures right here out of my Facebook album. So it's a different picture on a regular basis. You never quite know what's going to pop up. It can be that crazy picture of when you had that keg stand with your friend, or it could be that nice picture when you were getting married, or that way you never quite know what's going to pop up, which makes it kind of fun and kind of scary at the same time all around. Family Room is another great one that comes with Windows Phone 8. Family Room and Groups are something, I'll show you. You can invite somebody, for example, you can privately share, as it says here, calendar, photos, group chat, and notes, all in one room. So if you've got a bunch of family, or perhaps all of my staff were on Windows Phone 8, I could bring them all into a chat room and we could talk about Phone Dog content projects. We could talk about our content plans for next quarter. I can share calendars with them. I can message with them within the group. And some of that feature, or some of that functionality rather, is available actually outside of Windows Phone 8 as well. So if you don't have Windows Phone 8, perhaps Anna has an iPhone, for example, she can still get the calendar updates, but unfortunately she can't see the messages and things that are going on within the group. So they do provide some level of functionality outside of Windows Phone 8. Another really, really cool feature that I'm liking a lot, Kids Zone, or Kids Corner rather. I keep calling it Kids Zone. Called it Kids Zone since Windows Phone 8 came out, but it's Kids Corner, and when it's turned on, it gives your kids a great option to play with without messing up your device. Now if you have kids, you know, kids love playing with cell phones. They love the way they look, they love the noises they make. Well, you can set this, and it's great. I can come in here and finish. I can select certain apps, and I can scroll back and forth between my actual device, and Larger Than Life is still playing, friends. And then Kids Corner as well. When I swipe up on Kids Corner, it'll initialize it. I can change the colors if I want to, kind of make it their own. We'll find little Tommy Boy's corner. His name is Tommy Boy. His actual name is Tommy Boy. And then we can choose a picture, or we can change the background. Accent colors as well. We can make it crimson. And you see, it customizes it for their liking. And they can kind of change this around and make it their own if they want to. Now, they can't delete the applications, but they can really kind of have fun with this and make it the way they want it to look so the kids can play around. So if you've got a kid, you don't want them messing with your phone application, you don't want them messing around with email, but you want them to have a calculator because you want them to excel in math. And like you, they're terrible at math. Or My Verizon Mobile, or NFL Mobile, or Camera, or whatever the case may be. They can access it through the Kids Corner, and when you're done, you just press power, and you're right back where you left off. You can also set a password for yours so they can't access your side of Windows Phone 8. 4G LTE capabilities on this device. You can see Phone Dog loading up right now. And still, like I said, a great bang for the buck. 16 gigabytes of storage, a nice camera. Pinch to zoom is incredibly responsive. And portrait to landscape transitions are nice and fast. So Windows Phone is definitely making strides. It's still behind iOS and Android in terms of a couple of different things, including some OEM development, and then of course the Microsoft Store as well in terms of number of apps. But they're really catching up, and you can see within the store they have the Nokia collection of apps, so you can get that value add of all the different Nokia stuff. Transfer My Data, Words with Friends, a lot of different popular applications now available on Windows Phone. So all in all, a really nice package, and I'm really impressed with the Lumia 822. We'll take a look at the camera quickly here. 8 megapixel camera, 1080p HD video recording. I'll bring over the press release, for example, that I still actually have on my desk. And I can half press to focus in on it, full press to take a picture. Let's turn the flash off. And let's see what we can do here in terms of a decent image. Bam. Not quite as good as the Lumia 920, not quite as good as some of the Android options on the market, but you can still see, even when zoomed in, very clear text, making it a nice bang for the buck at the price point that it's at. You also get multitasking to some extent by pressing back and moving over, though that is one thing that didn't really change that much from Windows Phone 7.5 to Windows Phone 8. I'd love to see in a future version of Windows perhaps a little bit of a better multitasking solution. That said, it's still great all around. It's going to be great for a lot of different people that want minimalism, that want something that's fluid all the time, that's quick and easy to use, and provides the Microsoft ecosystem that perhaps they're used to after working with Windows PCs for many years. Keep it locked on PhoneDog.com for continuing coverage of the Nokia Lumia 822 Verizon Wireless Windows Phone, joining the 8X on the nation's largest wireless network. We'll have dogfights, comparisons, head-to-head videos, all that good stuff. So stay tuned on the site at PhoneDog.com. Hit me up on Twitter, PhoneDog_Aaron, Facebook, Facebook.com/PhoneDogAB. Let me know what you think of Windows Phone 8, the Lumia 822. Is this a device worth considering? Should you jump up and do maybe the 8X? Does it matter with Windows Phone 8? Is Windows Phone 8 dead? Do you like Windows Phone 8? Do you think Microsoft's stinky? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know at the social media mediums that I just told you on the video. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, we'll see you next time.